body and her voice quietly starting 17 years ago.
Celine Dion's surprise appearance at the Paris Olympics announcement electrified the world, reminding us of her enduring star power. But even more beautiful than her stunning performance are her three sons, René-Charles, Nelson, and Eddy. These young men have become Celine's pillars of strength, helping her navigate through life's most challenging moments. From the heartbreaking loss of their father, René-Charles, to Celine's recent health struggles, her boys have stood by her side, offering unwavering support and love. Their presence has given the iconic singer the courage to face adversity head-on, proving that family bonds can overcome even the darkest of times. Join us as we delve into the touching story of Celine Dion and her three remarkable sons, exploring how their love and resilience have shaped their extraordinary journey together. Celine Dion's children have been the unwavering foundation upon which she's built her life's resilience. As they grew, so did her resolve. For in their eyes, she saw not just the reflection of her past, but the promise of a future bright with possibility. But before we bring you the interesting details on them, let's first touch on the surprise performance at the Paris 2024 Olympics Games. Her performance at the Olympics. The world held its breath as Celine Dion took center stage at the 2024 Paris Olympics opening ceremony. For many, this moment felt like a miracle, a triumphant return for the beloved singer who had been largely absent from the public eye since revealing her battle with a chronic condition in late 2022. As the first notes of Edith Piaf's L'Hymne à l'amour filled the air, emotions ran high both for Dion and her countless fans around the globe. Perched atop the iconic Eiffel Tower, Dion cut an otherworldly figure in a shimmering silver gown. Her voice, that incomparable instrument that has moved millions over the decades, rang out clear and strong. For those few precious minutes, it was as if time had stood still, the years of struggle and uncertainty fading away, as Dion once again commanded the world's attention with her artistry. The performance was more than just a musical interlude in the grand spectacle of the Olympics. It was a powerful statement of resilience, a testament to Dion's unwavering spirit in the face of daunting health challenges. For the 56-year-old singer, this moment represented the culmination of years of grueling work, countless hours of physical therapy, vocal training, and sheer determination to reclaim her place on the world stage. In the aftermath of her Olympic triumph, Dion's social media channels buzzed with activity. Her heartfelt posts expressed gratitude for the opportunity and admiration for the athletes she'd had the honor of serenading. Reading between the lines, one could sense the deep emotional significance this performance held for her, a validation of her ongoing fight and a beacon of hope for the future. But what does this high-profile appearance mean for Dion's overall health and career trajectory? While the Olympic performance was undoubtedly a major milestone, it's important to view it as part of a larger journey rather than a definitive endpoint. In recent months, Dion has been gradually increasing her public engagements. Each appearance carefully managed to balance her health needs with her desire to connect with fans. From her surprise announcement at the NHL draft to her attendance at her documentary premiere, these moments have offered glimpses of a Dion who is cautiously optimistic but realistic about her condition. Her medical team reports encouraging progress, with Dion herself speaking of a renewed sense of hope and purpose. Yet she's also quick to acknowledge the daily challenges she faces and the need for continued vigilance in managing her symptoms. The road ahead remains uncertain, with the possibility of more performances balanced against the need for ongoing treatment and rest. Throughout this journey, Dion's three sons, René-Charles and twins Nelson and Eddy, have been her unwavering support system. While she's understandably protective of their privacy, it's clear that their presence has been a crucial source of strength and motivation. As Dion navigates this new chapter in her life and career, the love and support of her children continue to be her North Star, guiding her through both triumphs and challenges. For now, Celine Dion stands at a crossroads, celebrating the victories like her Olympic performance while remaining mindful of the road still ahead. Secret struggle. For nearly 2 decades, Celine Dion harbored a private battle that she kept hidden from the world. Behind the glittering stage costumes and soaring vocals that captivated millions, the beloved singer was grappling with mysterious symptoms that would eventually be diagnosed as stiff person syndrome, SPS, a rare neurological disorder. This secret struggle, spanning almost half of her illustrious career, tested not only her physical limits but also her emotional resilience. The first signs emerged subtly around 2008, when Dion noticed her voice trembling as she hit high notes during her Taking Chances World Tour. At the time, she brushed it off as simple vocal strain, a common occurrence for performers pushing their limits night after night. But as the years went by, new issues arose: muscle stiffness that made movement increasingly difficult, unexplained difficulty walking, and painful spasms that seemed to come out of nowhere. These symptoms, while alarming, didn't fit neatly into any diagnosis, leaving Dion and her medical team puzzled. Still, Dion pressed on, determined not to let these strange ailments derail her demanding performance schedule. She was a consummate professional, after all, known for her dedication to her craft and her fans. Over the next decade, she embarked on 5 more tours, often relying on increasing doses of muscle relaxants just to make it through shows. At her lowest point, she was taking a staggering 90 milligrams of Valium, a potentially dangerous amount that could have had dire consequences. It was a risky gamble, but one Dion felt compelled to take to maintain her career and not disappoint those who depended on her. All the while, Dion kept her struggles largely to herself. She didn't want to worry her 3 young sons, who were already coping with the loss of their father, Dion's husband René-Charles, in 2016. She also felt a deep responsibility to her fans and her team, not wanting to let anyone down or jeopardize the livelihoods of those who worked with her. But internally, she was locked in an exhausting battle, her body seemingly turning against her as she fought to maintain her grueling pace. The toll of this secret struggle was immense. There were moments when Dion feared she might never perform again, a prospect that was both terrifying and heartbreaking for a woman who had dedicated her life to music. She experienced bouts of depression and anxiety, grappling with the uncertainty of her condition and the fear of what the future might hold. Yet, she put on a brave face for the world, continuing to dazzle audiences with her powerful performances, even as she battled debilitating symptoms backstage. It wasn't until the forced slowdown of the pandemic that Dion finally had the chance to prioritize her health and seek answers. With her Las Vegas residency and touring schedule on hold, she was able to focus on extensive medical testing and consultations with specialists. After years of uncertainty and misdiagnosis, she at last received confirmation in 2022 that she was suffering from SPS. The news was devastating, but also brought a sense of relief. Finally, she had a name for the condition that had been plaguing her for so long. The diagnosis marked a turning point for Dion. While it meant facing the reality of a chronic condition with no known cure, it also allowed her to begin targeted treatments and therapies. She threw herself into a rigorous rehabilitation program, working tirelessly with physical therapists, vocal coaches, and medical specialists to manage her symptoms and regain some of what she had lost. Now, at 56, Dion is opening up about her long-hidden health journey. She's candidly sharing the toll it's taken on her career and family life, determined to raise awareness about SPS and encourage others not to ignore troubling symptoms. Her decision to go public with her struggle has been met with an outpouring of support from fans around the world, many of whom have been touched by her courage and honesty. While her future as a performer remains uncertain, Dion is embracing this new chapter with characteristic grace and resilience. She's found a new purpose in advocating for SPS research and supporting others with rare neurological conditions. Her sons have become her rock, providing unwavering support and motivation as she navigates this challenging time. Dion's journey with SPS has also given her a new perspective on life and career. While she still hopes to return to the stage one day, she's learned to find joy and fulfillment in smaller moments, spending time with her children, working on her health, and appreciating the simple pleasures that her hectic touring schedule often didn't allow for. In her ongoing fight against SPS, Dion continues to inspire millions by promoting the value of persistence, the significance of self-care, and the resilience that can be discovered in being open and vulnerable. Although the future may be filled with uncertainties, one thing is undeniable. Celine Dion's determination and zest for life are unwavering, prepared to confront any obstacles that may arise. First son, René-Charles. The arrival of René-Charles Angéli on January 25, 2001, marked a pivotal moment in Celine Dion's life. After years of struggling with fertility issues, the birth of her first child felt nothing short of miraculous. Named after his father, René-Charles entered the world amid a flurry of media attention, his birth announced on live television before Dion had even held him in her arms. From the start, Dion embraced motherhood with characteristic passion and dedication. She spoke often of the joy she found in simple moments with her son, reading bedtime stories, finger painting, and playing with Play-Doh. These quiet domestic scenes stood in stark contrast to her larger-than-life public persona, offering Dion a grounding force in her whirlwind life. As René-Charles grew, Dion worked to strike a delicate balance between her career and family life. Her Las Vegas residency, which began when he was just 2 years old, was in part motivated by a desire for stability. Yet the separation anxiety was palpable on both sides. Dion recalls promising her young son she would sing as fast as she could to return home quickly, a poignant reminder of the sacrifices demanded by her career. Despite his famous lineage, René-Charles' upbringing seemed to include efforts by his parents to ensure he experienced a sense of normalcy. Dion and Angelil were adamant about not pushing him into the spotlight prematurely, wanting him to experience the joys of an ordinary childhood. As he entered his teenage years, René-Charles developed a passion for sports, particularly golf and hockey. Dion could often be spotted cheering enthusiastically from the sidelines at his games, her megawatt smile replaced by that of a proud hockey mom. The loss of his father in 2016 thrust René-Charles into a more public role at the tender age of 15. His moving eulogy at the funeral revealed a young man wise beyond his years, speaking of the memories he would cherish and share with his younger brothers. This moment of profound grief seemed to mark a turning point, as René-Charles began to step more confidently into his own identity. In recent years, René-Charles has begun to forge his own path in the music industry, albeit on his own terms. Under the moniker Big Tip, he quietly released tracks on SoundCloud, only revealing his musical pursuits to his mother after achieving chart success. This desire to prove himself independently of his famous name speaks volumes about René-Charles' character and determination. Now in his early 20s, René-Charles maintains a relatively low profile, occasionally appearing alongside his mother at high-profile events. His Instagram bio simply reads, "Entrepreneur," hinting at diverse interests beyond music. Whatever path he chooses, it's clear that Dion's firstborn has inherited her work ethic and passion for life. Throughout the ups and downs of raising a son into adulthood, Dion has maintained a philosophy of trust and open communication. She speaks of giving René-Charles space to make his own choices and mistakes while always offering her unwavering support. In her public statements about her eldest, there's a palpable sense of pride not just in his accomplishments, but in the thoughtful, kind-hearted man he's become. In the midst of the instability in his family and his mother Dion's health challenges, René-Charles has unquestionably emerged as a strong source of support for his mother. Nelson and Eddy. The arrival of twins Nelson and Eddy in October 2010 marked a new chapter in Celine Dion's life, one filled with both joy and challenges. After a long and arduous journey through fertility treatments, including multiple unsuccessful attempts and a heartbreaking miscarriage, the birth of these two boys felt like nothing short of a miracle to Dion and her husband René. From the moment they entered the world in Palm Beach, Florida, Nelson and Eddy were destined to carry on legacies greater than themselves. Their names, carefully chosen by their parents, reflect the profound impact certain individuals had on Dion and René's lives. Eddy, named after Dion's longtime producer and mentor Eddie Marnay, carries with him the spirit of musical passion and creativity. Nelson, bearing the name of the iconic South African leader Nelson Mandela, embodies strength, resilience, and the power of positive change. As the twins grew, their distinct personalities began to emerge. Nelson, described early on as having a stronger personality, seemed to take on the role of the more assertive twin. Eddy, perhaps quieter but no less remarkable, developed his own unique traits. Despite being fraternal twins, their physical resemblance often led to playful confusion, with even their mother sometimes struggling to tell them apart in their early years. The boys' childhood, while privileged, was not without its share of hardship. At the tender age of 5, they faced the devastating loss of their father. In the wake of this tragedy, Dion found creative and touching ways to keep René's memory alive for her young sons. Nightly rituals of saying goodnight to their father's picture and sending messages to him via balloons released into the sky became cherished family traditions, helping the boys process their grief and maintain a connection to their departed parent. As Nelson and Eddy entered their teenage years, they faced a new challenge, their mother's diagnosis with stiff person syndrome. With remarkable maturity, the twins stepped up to support Dion through her health struggles. Their concern manifests in small but significant ways, like checking in on their mother during her nightly routine and ensuring she's okay when tasks take longer than usual. This level of empathy and care speaks volumes about the values Dion has instilled in her children. Despite growing up in the spotlight, Nelson and Eddy have managed to maintain a sense of normalcy and privacy. Dion has been careful about sharing too much of their lives publicly, allowing them the space to develop their own identities away from the glare of fame. However, the glimpses she does offer reveal two thoughtful, caring young men who are deeply bonded to both their mother and each other. As they navigate their teenage years, Nelson and Eddy are undoubtedly beginning to forge their own paths. Whether they'll follow in their mother's musical footsteps or pursue entirely different passions remains to be seen. What's clear is that they have inherited Dion's strength, resilience, and capacity for love. The journey of raising twins, especially in the face of personal loss and health challenges, has been a profound experience for Dion. She often speaks of the joy and laughter Nelson and Eddy bring to her life, describing them as a constant source of light, even in her darkest moments. Their presence has not only filled a void left by René's passing, but has also given Dion new purpose and motivation as she faces her own health battles. A tragedy of René-Angélil. The story of Celine Dion's life and career is inextricably linked to that of René-Angélil, her late husband, manager, and mentor. Their relationship, spanning decades, was a testament to the power of love, dedication, and shared passion. However, their journey together was cut short by a devastating battle with cancer that ultimately claimed René's life in 2016. René's influence on Celine's life began long before their romantic relationship blossomed. As a seasoned music industry professional, he recognized the raw talent in a young Celine and took a significant risk by mortgaging his home to fund her debut album. This act of faith set the stage for what would become one of the most successful partnerships in music history. As Celine's career soared to unprecedented heights, their professional relationship evolved into a deep, personal connection. Despite their significant age difference, the couple found in each other a profound understanding and shared vision. Their marriage in 1994 was a celebration of both their love and their combined achievements in the music world. The arrival of their children, first René-Charles and later the twins Nelson and Eddy, brought new joy and purpose to their lives. René, already a father to adult children from previous marriages, embraced fatherhood once again with enthusiasm and devotion. However, the specter of illness soon cast a shadow over their happiness. René's first diagnosis of throat cancer in 1999 was a shock that tested the strength of their bond. Celine, demonstrating unwavering loyalty, put her thriving career on hold to support her husband through his treatment. This pattern would repeat itself over the years as René faced multiple bouts of cancer, each time with Celine steadfastly by his side. The final years of René's life were marked by a poignant mix of hope, fear, and acceptance. As his condition worsened, the couple faced the reality of their limited time together with courage and openness. Celine, while grappling with her own fear of loss, remained determined to fulfill René's wish to die in her arms, a promise that spoke volumes about the depth of their connection. René's passing in January 2016 left a void in Celine's life that could never truly be filled. At just 73 years old, he left behind not only his grieving wife but also their young children, who would now have to navigate life without their father's physical presence. In the wake of this profound loss, Celine has worked tirelessly to keep René's memory alive for their sons. Through photographs, stories, and daily rituals, she ensures that René remains a constant presence in their lives. This dedication to preserving his legacy is a testament to the enduring nature of their love and the impact René had on their family. The tragedy of René's passing extends beyond the personal loss for Celine and their children. It marked the end of a unique partnership that had shaped the landscape of popular music for decades. René's vision and guidance were instrumental in crafting Celine's career, and his absence left a void, not just in her personal life, but in her professional world as well. As Celine continues to navigate life without René, she often speaks of feeling his presence and receiving signs from him. This spiritual connection provides comfort and guidance as she faces new challenges, including her own health struggles with stiff person syndrome, the clothing line controversy. Barely 2 years after grieving her husband, Celine Dion decided to immerse herself in fashion to help cope with her loss, only to find herself at the receiving end of accusations of Satanism. In late 2018, the beloved singer ventured into the world of children's clothing with her brand Celine, a move that unexpectedly stirred up a hornet's nest of controversy. The concept behind Celine was simple yet revolutionary: gender-neutral clothing for children. Dion envisioned a line that would allow kids to express themselves freely, unburdened by traditional color schemes and designs typically associated with boys or girls. However, this well-intentioned foray into fashion quickly became a lightning rod for criticism from various quarters. the launch of Celine Dion was accompanied by a provocative commercial that raised eyebrows and set tongues wagging. In the ad, Dion portrayed a mysterious figure sneaking into a hospital nursery, magically transforming the infants' pink and blue outfits into black and white ensembles adorned with stars and bold slogans. This artistic choice, meant to symbolize breaking free from gender norms, was interpreted by some as having sinister undertones. Critics were quick to pounce, with some religious figures going so far as to label the clothing line demonic. The use of phrases like New Order on some garments fueled conspiracy theories, with detractors drawing tenuous connections to the concept of a New World Order. The star motifs, intended as simple, minimalist designs, were scrutinized for potential occult symbolism. Social media platforms became battlegrounds where supporters and opponents of the line clashed. While many praised Dion for promoting gender equality and freedom of expression, others saw the collection as an attack on traditional values. The debate often veered into heated discussions about gender identity, child development, and the role of clothing in shaping societal norms. Amidst the uproar, Dion remained steadfast in her vision. For her, Celine Dion was not about pushing an agenda, but about offering choices. She saw the line as a way to empower children and parents alike, allowing them to make decisions free from societal expectations. The controversy, while unexpected, opened up important conversations about gender, fashion, and the messages we send to children through clothing. As the dust settled, it became clear that the Celine Dion saga was more than just a fashion faux pas. It highlighted the deeply entrenched beliefs surrounding gender and the passionate responses that challenges to these norms can elicit. For Dion, it was a baptism by fire into the world of fashion entrepreneurship, teaching her valuable lessons about the intersection of commerce, art, and social issues. Grammy snub. The 2024 Grammy Awards ceremony was meant to be a triumphant moment for Celine Dion, marking her return to the public eye after a prolonged absence due to her battle with stiff person syndrome. However, what should have been a celebration of resilience and musical legacy became overshadowed by an unexpected controversy involving pop sensation Taylor Swift. As Dion gracefully took the stage to present the coveted Album of the Year award, the audience rose in a standing ovation, acknowledging her courage and enduring influence in the music industry. The moment was poignant, with Dion's son René-Charles by her side, symbolizing the strength she draws from her family. Her heartfelt words about the power of music resonated throughout the arena, reminding everyone of her unwavering passion for her craft despite her health challenges. The atmosphere shifted dramatically when Taylor Swift's Midnights was announced as the winner. As Swift ascended the stage, viewers and attendees alike anticipated a touching interaction between two musical powerhouses. Instead, what transpired was a brief moment that would soon ignite a firestorm of debate across social media platforms and entertainment circles. Swift, seemingly overwhelmed by her historic fourth Album of the Year win, appeared to overlook Dion's presence. The younger artist's focus remained on her collaborators and the magnitude of her achievement, inadvertently creating an awkward exchange that didn't go unnoticed by the watchful eyes of millions. The incident quickly became a talking point, with opinions sharply divided. Critics lambasted Swift for what they perceived as a lack of respect towards a musical icon, especially given Dion's recent health struggles and rare public appearance. Supporters of Swift, however, argued that the moment was misconstrued, pointing to the high-pressure environment and the emotional weight of the achievement. As the controversy gained traction, both artists' camps scrambled to address the situation. A backstage photo of Dion and Swift embracing emerged shortly after, an attempt to quell the growing narrative of a snub. This swift damage control highlighted the power of perception in the age of social media, where a split-second interaction can snowball into a full-blown controversy. For Dion, the Grammy appearance was more than just a presenter role. It was a statement of perseverance. Despite the unintended controversy, her presence alone spoke volumes about her determination to remain connected to the music world she has long been a part of. The support of her son throughout the evening was a testament to the strong family bonds that have been her anchor through challenging times. After the commotion at the Grammy Awards, attention began to refocus on Dion's remarkable journey and her ongoing impact on the music industry. Although the incident briefly diverted attention, it ultimately emphasized the profound respect and admiration that the music community has for Dion, solidifying her position as a cherished and enduring figure in popular culture. In the face of life's trials, Celine Dion shows grace and determination, finding her greatest strength and inspiration in her sons. What experiences have demonstrated the remarkable power